Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to show you, went on a little road trip yesterday and picked up another tractor. Not exactly sure what we're going to do with it yet. I know I am going to use some parts off of it, but I'm not going to completely part the thing out yet, I don't think. But we'll see. Got to get tearing into it and kind of see what's all good on it, what ain't. But I'll kind of start off here. Here is the hood off of it. So the tractor's a 707 LP. I also did get a set of front fenders for like a 70 series case with it. If you know anybody that is looking for a set, let me know. They are for sale. I don't need them. But over here, I'll show you. These are the front hoods, like for a G1000. That was thrown in on the deal, so got that too. Pretty decent shape overall. Just need to get the dust washed off of them and then come over here and show you the rest. Okay, so here's the tractor. The reason I bought it is for the 3-point. I needed all them 3-point parts for my G708, and now I've got pretty much everything I need. I'm still gonna have to make just a couple little pieces. It's not gonna be anything too hard though. I've got the majority of what I needed, so that was good. Here's the rest of the tractor. The tractor had been repainted at one time, but then it sat outside. And it sat outside, unfortunately, with the engine, like this head here wasn't on it. These jugs were exposed to the, wide open elements. So I'm really thinking this engine is probably completely shot. I don't know if I can do it again, but yesterday when I pulled the dipstick out, there was literally water running out of here. Yeah, you can kind of see right there, it just bubbled up. I don't know if the camera got that or not, but that's one of the first things I'm going to do is I need to get this water drained out of here. But yes, it is filled completely to the brim of water, so it's not good. The tin works good. The tin work's probably going to go on my other 707 LP. I'm not sure if I've ever really had that on the channel yet, but that's the plan for that. This tire, I'm going to put on I got a G6 that had a front wheel assist put under it, a diesel. I've never really showed that tractor on the channel yet, but that tire is going to go on there. But like I said, I'm probably just going to put all my bad parts back onto this tractor and just kind of let it sit, get the engine covered up, and we'll see what we go from there. There's one more thing we picked up yesterday I'm going to show. Okay, so when we got there, the guy said he had a lawnmower in the shed. So, of course, being the collectors we are, we're definitely interested. So we would go over and look, and some of you probably already noticed, this is not an original engine. This is a Briggs engine. Originally this would have had a Kohler, probably an 8-horse, guessing that's a 108. I have not really looked at the serial number yet. The tag is there, but yeah, so it's good that the tag's on it. There's a lot of shields. There's a lot of shields that are normally gone, like the battery cover we got with it. I know it ain't over here now, but just a lot of things that are normally missing off these mowers. Even the centerpiece of the steering wheel, a lot of times those are gone. So there's a lot of good things here. Unfortunately, the original engine is gone. We could get a by Jacobson, anything like that would have an 8-horse Kohler in it. We could make this into a nice original mower again. So yeah, not a bad find there. We do have the grill. We've got the grill. Yeah, so basically all we're really missing is like the engine and the gas tank. But that's kind of where we're at here with this. I don't know, Dad went along with me yesterday and he was the one kind of wanting this, so I'm just gonna let him go ahead and have it. I've got enough projects and stuff going on. I really didn't need this one too, so I've got that low band 108 mower I've been working on, and if he wants to mess around with this, more power to him. But yeah, we did, he didn't completely throw this in on the package. We did have to pay him a little for it, but overall we didn't get hurt on it. Paid a good fair price, and he was not sure, he didn't really know what it was worth, so it's good we got it into someplace good, and it ain't headed for iron, nothing like that. So anyways, I think today first thing I'm gonna do is get the water drained out of this tractor. I'm not sure, not exactly sure what all we're doing for sure today. I know I want to get probably, I don't know, I'm probably not going to start swapping tin work quite yet. I might probably going to start taking the 3-point off this thing is what I'll probably do. Might get my 708 pulled over here and just start swapping things directly across. But stay tuned and we'll get to work. By the looks of this, Iowa must get a lot more rain than we do.
There's not a lot.
Well, we ended up with 3 pretty much full buckets of water out of this thing, so that's not good. I'm sure this engine is pretty much completely toast. Alright, so when I showed up to pick up this tractor, this is exactly how it was. These cylinders were just completely, wide open like this. I did blow all the pack full of leaves. I did blow all that out. I'm gonna put some oil in there. I really don't think it's gonna help or whatever, but just make me feel a little more peace at mind. At least tried soaking a little oil in there. This is also wide open. Guarantee you there's water going right in there, running right in. But yeah, this is kind of sad the way this thing just sat out like this. I just mentioned in one video, Iowa must get quite a bit of rainwater because there was a lot of water in this motor. And right now I got the transmission plug cracked. You can see there's quite a bit of water running out of there now, so I'm gonna get that water drained out of the transmission. There is no boot on the shifter, and so water can go right down around there. Be interesting to see, I guess, how much water I get out of there, but hopefully it ain't as bad as the motor. But I guess my hopes aren't too high. Overall, like I said, I mainly bought this and put the tin work on my 707 LP. The front wheels are gonna go on my 707 LP. I've got big tires, like great big wide ones and stuff, on my 707 LP right now. I'm gonna put them on a G6 and I'm sticking an 800 in. Do that with 23 126s. I think that tractor would look pretty mean with that 800 in there. So and then we're gonna put this tire on a G6 diesel with a front wheel assist, and the 3-point is going on a 708. So, and I do need the hydraulic parts. This one is all torched up. I was hoping it wasn't. I do have a good box off of 706 I could put on. I don't think this one would really be too bad to fix. Even the guy could almost just kind of clean the welds up and weld a new piece right on there. It's all just flat metal here, so it wouldn't be too bad to fix that. So, and then the hydraulic pump, I do need. My 708's got some aftermarket pump on it, so I'll just take this off and I'll put that aftermarket pump back on here to keep things sealed, and this pump will go on my 708 just to kind of want to get that tractor back to looking 100% original and working how it would have, when it left the factory. So I did get a clevis with it. This clevis was on the tractor when I got there to pick it up. Got a nice clevis. Probably if any go to Pierce in September, we're gonna demonstrate with a 707 and 708 the difference of the front wheel assist versus 2-wheel drive. The clevis is gonna be on one of the tractors pulling one of the cables. So anyways, we're gonna continue work here. I'll keep you updated on how much water I get out of the transmission. They did add this aftermarket air cleaner. It is all welded on. I am gonna torch it off. Even if this tractor does just sit, it's needs to come off of there. But anyways, yeah, these are in really nice shape, so it's gonna make my 707 look really well. basically the paint's so faded it's basically white. So be what the plan is for now and keep going. Okay, so we got good news on the transmission. I'll show you what's in the bucket, and that was even with the oil. We got barely anything, so maybe a couple quarts of water. So overall happy with that. Glad we didn't get too much water in there. Yeah, that would have been, you know, if the transmission would have been full of water too, I really would have been, you know, kind of upset or whatever. But should be a lot of good parts in there yet too. Motor, I'm going to show you what I did here. So put a head on, bolted it down a little bit, and I got a valve cover. I found one that, you know, didn't have no breather hole or nothing. It'd be good to help seal. I got a couple old inner tubes laying around, and I just cut little holes in there and put it on here, because you see there's holes right around here, and I don't want water to run right into there. So put that on and bolt that inner tube down with it, let it kind of hang over. I'm gonna make up some little plates or something to cover all these holes up and seal them to them. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna take, the hood that's on my 707 LP. I don't think I've showed that tractor in channel here. As soon as I get done talking, I'll show you guys. But anyways, that tin work isn't going on this tractor. I'm gonna get this tin work off, probably put that hood on here, which I know I'm gonna put that hood on here. All the tin work actually is gonna go on here. So that hood being over here kind of help protect the motor. You know, obviously it's not 100%, but anything helps to get the water. You know, it hits here, it'll bounce off the hood and hopefully run down the side instead of directly into that motor like it had been. But you know, who knows if there's even anything good in there. I'm just treating it as if hopefully there's something good in there. A guy might need someday, but that's kind of where we're at right now. So anyways, here I'll show you my other 707 LP. Okay, here's my other 707 LP. This tractor does run. I used it to haul manure actually here just a couple years ago. I got a picture of that. I'm gonna drop it in right here. Tractor does run. I bought it, it was stuck. I got it out of South Central Kansas. Bought it just because, you know, it's a 707. They didn't make that many. I was looking yesterday in the LP. It was 284. I only made them for 1 year. From what I heard, it was actually only made them for about 3 months. It was just kind of a holdover to get to the G1000s from the 706s. So that's the story on this tractor. It said the run's good. Got it unstuck, didn't really do much. I put new spark plugs in it. That was about it. You know, it had a blade on it. That's what this frame is down here, and I still got the blade. I'm not going to put the blade back on it. Actually, I'm going to take this frame off. I always thought maybe someday if I found like a, you know, a cheap 705 or something like that somewhere, I would put the blade on that. But being what this tractor is kind of rare, even though these 707s are, you know, more rare, they really don't have that great of a value to them. But you know, I'm kind of was collecting the whole G700 series, so of course I had to have one. But that's what I got. The fenders they're straight, but they are rusty. You can see right there they're rusted out, kind of down along in here. Actually, this whole platform was rusted, but you know, you can see it was even pitted there. This tractor had a cab on it, and they had like this kind of like a floor mat type thing glued into here, and it was whatever glue they used just ate this platform all up. Rust holes there. This fender here is actually in really good shape, but I'm gonna put on that matching set of tin work off that 707 I just brought home, because you know, that way it'll make this tractor look nice. I was always on the fence, you know, if this was the only tin work I had, this tractor was gonna get painted, because it's kind of, I don't know how great the video shows it, but it's almost like pure white. And you know, on the hood, although it's supposed to be white along there behind the where it says Minneapolis Moline, and all that white's gone, which you see a lot of them that are that way, and it's just the black lettering on top of yellow now. So but yeah, we're gonna get that other tin work put on here. This tin work is all gonna go onto that other 707. Just kind of make this one look a little nicer. I'd feel a lot more comfortable about taking it to maybe a few shows around here if it looked just slightly better. But actually this tractor did have decent tires. My 706 diesel is actually where these tires went to. I just kind of put some on here just to, I can kind of keep it rolling around the yard for now. But I'm getting new tires for my 706 diesel, and I'll put the original tires that this tractor came with back on here. And these are these front tires I'm going to put on that G6. I'm putting the 800 in, these big, you know, meaty looking tires. I'm going to put them regular skinnier tires on here with you know, that came on the other 707, the nice yellow rims. I think all that'll really make this tractor look nice. You know, I might touch up this yellow, I don't know, we'll see. First thing is we gotta get that tin work on, see what this all looks like. The centers are good, they had weights in there, so that protected that paint. They actually look good in yellow, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I know for one thing, when I get them nice bright yellow hoods on, this piece up here is going to really stand out and probably have to at least get painted. So if I'm painting that, I might touch that up just to kind of, you know, draw the attention a little better, make it look a little nicer. So it's kind of nice. This tractor does have these pieces here on, which a lot of times those are missing. But yeah, anyways, here's my 708. We're getting probably, I don't know, the day's kind of flying by quicker than I wanted today, but I want to start getting some of them 3-point pieces put onto this tractor. So that's kind of the plan there. Let's see, just kind of looking, but yeah, it's, you know, between the two, I'm gonna have about 95% of what I need. I'm probably still gonna buy 2 new cylinders. The cylinders that came on that 3-point, neither one of those are original, and they're 2 different sizes. I'm gonna buy 2 matching cylinders. You know, that won't be too hard. And there's a place around here that's actually pretty reasonable on new cylinders, so I'll get them. That way they're matched, they're new, shouldn't have problems leaking. This box here, like I said, it's, you know, it's rough. It got stuff chopped out of here, down here it's all chopped out, and you know, there's supposed to be levers that come up. I can show you on this tractor, it should have them. Yeah, so this tractor is exactly what the hydraulic should look like, with the coming out of here, and there's a valve in there. All that stuff's right up underneath in here, you can kind of see, but that's what it's supposed to look like. You know, just a nice little hole here, and then a nice square right there. And you know, as you can see, that hole's still there. It's where the levers are supposed to come out, but they made their own. We got levers up here with quick attach, you know, little Pioneer couplers right here, which I'll be honest with you, that might have been better. But one thing I don't like is when you run this clutch, if you got your hand up on top here, it smashes your fingers every single time. So all this crap has to go. And yeah, I'm probably gonna take this box off. Like, you know, I was showing you on the other video, this other box kind of was cut here. This piece right here would not be hard to weld back in. You know, I could even cut this piece out of this one and weld that right on there exactly how that one was, and you're never gonna notice. So this tractor is gonna get painted someday soon actually. It's not gonna get painted before Pierce this year, but my plan is to have this tractor painted before Waverly in 2027 is featuring Minneapolis Moline, and the Minneapolis Moline Collectors Club is supposed to be there. So that's Waverly, Nebraska, 2027 will be July. That's my deadline of when I want this tractor 100% done, 100% painted. But you know, like I said, for this year I'm gonna try to get everything complete on it. I always like to run them, fix them up, run them, kind of get all your leaks and stuff fixed. That way when you go to paint them, you don't have to tear something apart and ruin all that nice paint right away again. So yeah, that's where we're at. This little extension lever off the PTO needs to go too, but it's stuck on there pretty good. But yeah, overall shouldn't be too bad to kind of get this 3-point back to looking how it should. But anyways, that's where we're at. I just wanted to show you, come over here and show you the 707, and we'll get back over. All right, I'm actually working on editing this video and get it put together. I'm gonna cut it here. There is gonna be more to this. This is actually, right now as I record this, it's Tuesday night. I was working on the tractor. That was Sunday afternoon. Ended up having to help Dad with, had some trees and stuff break over the winter in the yard, and we're getting that cleaned up and getting that taken away. But so ended up getting a little busy, and then we fed cows and stuff before I know it was dark. I guess the 707, the parts tractor I just bought, where I got with that, it was I put a tarp over the motor and kind of pulled it up next to my A4T there. But this next weekend I definitely want to continue working on it. This next weekend will be Easter on Sunday, so if this is our last video, I guess happy Easter to everybody. But I'm thinking maybe Saturday afternoon probably. Hopefully I'll have a little bit of time. Usually I never know really till we get there. I never know what's gonna be going on, especially this time of year with planting and everything kind of getting rolling. But hoping to get to work on this, putting a 3-point on the 708 probably here in the next video, that hopefully I can get some recording done Saturday. I'm not sure if I'll get it posted Saturday. If not, it might be either Sunday or Monday next week. But that's where we're at. A couple more things I just want to talk about. I know my brother keeps advertising that tractor show he's going to in I think it's Almena, Kansas. It's kind of like northwest Kansas, but he's going on Saturday. He's planning on taking his 706. That's going to be April 26th, but I might go with him. I'm not exactly sure yet because that is the Le Sueur swap meet weekend up there in Le Sueur, Minnesota. I will be at the Le Sueur swap meet on Friday is my plan to go there. So I'll be up there Friday. You know, if you see me, say hi for sure. But, you know, if I get back, I might go down to Kansas with him on Saturday morning. We just kind of have to see. But that's the plan there. Another thing I was going to show, we got these cards in. Hopefully this picks it up decent. But this is that Pierce show. Okay, well, as I was saying, that was the Pierce show. It's September 13th and 14th, 2025. Not sure why the camera cut out there, but it did. It's got its own mind, I guess. But if you guys are anywhere close, it's going to be a good show. I've talked to quite a few collectors already. There's going to be a lot of tractors there. It's kind of, you know, it's later in the year. I know it's kind of right at the beginning of harvest there, but it's going to be a good show. We plan on bringing quite a few tractors there. Like I said, I've talked to quite a few collectors that are wanting to bring, you know, some tractors there. I think we're going to have a pretty good turnout. Once again, it's, you know, it's really early. It's only April. It's in September. You never know what the weather's going to be like or how the year turns out, but just kind of advertising for that. One other thing is my brother had these hats made. Turned out pretty good. Get that in there. But yeah, they're snapback hat. Got the little embroidery on there. You know, we're thinking about selling some. If you guys want any, get a hold of us. We just got a few made right now, but we can get plenty more. But just kind of putting that out there. If anybody wants any, let us know. We'll get you one. All right, well, tonight this camera seems to have a mind of its own. I think, yeah, my battery is getting low. That's probably something to do with it. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this here. Once again, thank everybody for watching. Continue to like and subscribe, and we're going to see you in the next one.